So let's talk about the last lecture about YOLO V4 in year 2020. So we just finished talk about Fester RCNN, mask RCNN. For the Fester RCNN, okay, it's two stages because they have region proportional network. Okay. And this year 2015. After this one, people do YOLO V4. YOLO V1, YOLO V2. And YOLO V1, YOLO is faster because it's one stage. They don't use region proportional network. They don't have a. Okay, so this is one stage. But both region proportional network or YOLO, they all use anchor, ANCHOR. They all use anchor for the bounding box detection. Okay, so YOLO V4, V1, YOLO V1, V2, that one is more faster than the faster RCNN, but the accuracy is lower than faster RCNN. We back to here. Okay. So we check about the history here. So we'll find this is a region CNN. Okay. In this timetable, okay, they listed some important conference. Okay, one is the CVPR. The other is the ICCV with ICCV. So CVPR, ICCV, and NIPS 3, all three are the top conference in computer vision and deep learning. Okay, and they have ECCV. E is a Europe conference on computer vision, and they have also ACCV is an Asian conference on computer vision. And ECCV is also a good one, but it's lower than the ICCV and CVPR for the rank. And in our field, in my field, because very competitive, and also, okay, many people here. So computer vision and deep learning is one of the hottest top research area in the world. Many people involved this one. So people concentrate on conference instead of journal. So there's a good journal here called IEEE transaction on PAMI, pattern recognition, okay, and then machine intelligence. This is the top journal, one of top journal. But actually, people also people concentrate on the conference. Okay, back to here. So our first, the important first RCN is here in year 15. Okay, and after first RCN, we have a YOLO V1. Okay, and mask first here, and mask is this year 2015, and 2 years later have mask here. But mask is a pixelwise. And we back to the bounding box. So after faster, after YOLO, and YOLO is the faster than faster RCNN, but accuracy is not so, not so good compared with the faster RCNN. Okay. And then next one is YOLO V2, right? YOLO V1 and then YOLO V2. But the one important one is a feature premium network here. First, you already have a region proportional network. Now, don't confuse with the region proportional network with the feature premium network. Both are nothing. They don't have any relationship. Okay. And feature premium network is upsampling. Do the upsampling, and feature premium network, the basic idea is from the wavelets, wavelets, the multi-resolution, also called pyramid. So this is for the upsampling. So retina, the important retina. So here, retina. So after YOLO V1 and V2, after feature pyramid network, they were retina. So retina is in ICCV year 2017, after FPN. Okay, retina, they have a FPN, they have a upsampling, and the result, this one, result is better than YOLO V1 and V2, but it's slow. But not so slow, it's still around 30 frames per second. But YOLO V1, V2 is much faster. Okay. But at that time, in my lab, I asked my student to don't use, anybody, and many people use YOLO V1, V2. I said, no, we should use retina because we don't need so fast. We just use, because it's already fast enough. But the accuracy is high. They not only have a feature pyramid network, their loss function for core loss is important. The retina, the contribution for retina, one important thing is that their loss function is very good. Okay, they consider more in details about loss function. And YOLO V3, actually, what I try to say, probably I'm wrong, but my opinion is actually YOLO V3 is got a concept from RetinaNet. So YOLO V3, they have an upsampling. They have a feature pyramid network. So YOLO V3 is faster than RetinaNet, but the speed is, the accuracy is lower than RetinaNet. So even though people use YOLO V3, I still ask my student to use the RetinaNet because accuracy is good. Okay. And the other thing is because YOLO V3 is get a concept from RetinaNet. So why not use the RetinaNet? That's my opinion. And finally, we have a YOLO V4. So because that's the year 2020. So year 2020, we have a YOLO V4. So here. Okay. And YOLO V4, they got the idea is from YOLO V3. YOLO V3 get the idea from RetinaNet. Okay. So YOLO V4, actually they get two ideas. One is the RetinaNet, the other is PANet. So YOLO V4 basically is they do a good job in modularize, 模组化. They could do a good job of modularization. And the basic idea from RetinaNet also based on the idea from PANet. And we talk about this one. So what's the YOLO? We talk about the YOLO. Okay. And the YOLO, one example, this is the same. The example, we say this one. Okay. So the YOLO is because they want to do the bounding box here. So the output, so YOLO, they compete with the faster RCNN. And faster RCN is 2 stages. YOLO is 1 stage. So YOLO is faster, but accuracy is lower. Okay. And faster RCN is 2 stage. Okay. So it's accuracy higher. And RetinaNet is 1 stage. So actually, YOLO originally compared with the faster RCNN, but RetinaNet is better in faster RCNN, but more complicated. But both are all 1 stage. Okay, so YOLO compared with RetinaNet, and so all are 1 stage. So 1 stage meaning they have an anchor. So we'll keep talking about the anchor. And I say again, for the region proposal network, they use the anchor. And for the region proposal network, they have for each grid, this is called grid here. For each grid, they have 9 anchor. They have 3 scales. Okay, have 3 scales. For each scale, have 3 ratio, 1 to 1. Okay, 1 to 2, 2 to 1, so 3 ratios. So based on this idea, it's 3 by 3, 9 anchors for each grid. Okay, so back to here. So suppose for any kind of this kind of one stage, okay, one stage network. After you do the dance encoder to here, after 4 or 5 stages, suppose your final grid is here in the low resolution. So suppose is S times S grids, but in faster RCNN is 60 by 40, 60 by 40 grids, 每个格子嘛 grids. Okay, and for each grid, they have a 3 ratio, suppose 3 ratio, but this is just example. So they have a 3 by 3, 9 anchors here. Region proportional network has 3 by 3, 9 anchors. Here, which you can suppose this use 9 anchors or 3 anchors is fine. Okay, so for each grid, you have anchors. And this one is meaning for each grid. This one is each grid. And this height is meaning number of parameters. Number of parameters. So for example, so the total here has a S times S, S times S. Usually is 7 by 7 or 14 by 14. 7 by 7 or 14 by 14 in YOLO. Okay, but previous first RCN is 60 by 40. But you don't need to remember that one, it's just for example. Okay, so suppose here is easy one. Suppose it's 7 by 7, 7 by 7 here. Grid. And for each grid, okay, because YOLO is for bounding box, so you have anchor. So anchor has you have XY, the anchor box. The top left is a XY coordinate and WH and confidence. So you have 5 parameters. The 5 parameters here. That's for one bounding box. The confidence. So suppose if you have you have 2 bounding box, then you have 5 times 2 or 10 parameters. And rest of this one is for total classes. So let's say C. So here, for each grid, for each grid, they have 5 parameters for bounding box. C classes for classes. So total for each grid have 5 plus C. Suppose C is 20 classes. So 5 plus 20 with 25 parameters. And what's K? K is number of bounding box. Sorry, number of anchors. So that's total parameters. You have K anchors. Usually anchors is either 3 or 9. Okay, so this is for total parameters for each grid. And after you do the training and you do the test, you'll find this is your result. Will look like this one. There are many bounding blocks for your output. Okay, so we need to use the non-maximal suppression to delete many overlap bounding blocks. So finally, we hope the final result will be precisely the bounding blocks. So there were 1, 2, 3, 3 persons is person. One is the vehicle. Sorry, one is the aircraft. Okay, so this is basically this is a roadmap or framework for the YOLO. So we start talk about go up. Okay, we talk about the YOLO V1. Go up. So this is YOLO V1. Talk about YOLO V1. I want to move this one up. Don't know why. Why you cannot move up? So we talk about YOLO V1, this one. Okay. Go up. So for the YOLO V1, okay, we input this one, right? And we do, they use the backbone, they use custom network, but it's easy. They do 4 times downsampling. So downsampling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 downsampling. From original one, they just encoder and they do 5 downsampling, and then become the final pixel wise is 7 by 7 pixels. And here they do a fully connected network, fully connected, because this is a year 2015 all the time. And finally, for each grid, they have a 30 parameters. What's the 30? They have a 2 bounding box, 2 different kinds of size of bounding box. So we have X, Y, W, H, and confidence. So the 5 parameters. And 2 bounding box, 2 anchors, or 2 anchors. So you have 10 parameters. Plus, you have for each grid, you have a 20 classes. Okay, so that's meaning here you have a 2 bounding box, 2 anchors, and you have a 20 classes. So total here, so your total has 30 parameters. So that's why they write 30 here. So for each grid, you have a 2 anchors, 20 classes. So have a 30 parameters for each one. So your total parameter will be 7 by 7 by 30 is this one. Okay. So this one is for YOLO V1. And you'll find out because the resolution, this one, they don't have a decoder. So the bounding box just roughly approach in the low resolution. Okay. And then they keep improving. So YOLO V2, what's the difference from YOLO V2 to YOLO V1? First of all, for each convolution, they include batch normalization. Okay, so they improve YOLO V1 by each convolution. They have a batch normalization, and currently, for each convolution, we usually do what? Do convolution, batch normalization, and then activation function to be one small module. That's YOLO V4. Okay, but who do this one first? Not YOLO V4. Okay, so basically YOLO V4, the Professor Liao, they do is for the backbone. Others, they use the existing method. But the good thing is that they do the modularization. They do a good job on that one. Okay, so back to here in YOLO V2. Okay, they do include the batch normalization. That's the first one. The second one is because they want because they do the bounding box detection. So they want to keep higher resolution. So instead of 7 by 7, they use 13 by 13. They don't use 7 by 7 because that's the resolution too low. So they use 30 by 30. So the second is they use a higher resolution. Okay, but why is a 125 channel? Here is only 30 channel. Here is a 125 channel because they have there's only 2 bounding box here. They have a 5 bounding box. Oh, they use 5 bounding box for each grid. Okay, So you have 5 parameters times 5 anchors or bounding box, so 24. And 24 is plus, for each one, 24 plus 20. Sorry, I'm wrong. For each bounding box, for each bounding box is 5 plus 20. Plus 20. Okay, so it's 20, this 24. In total, I have a 5 bounding box. So 24, 25 times 5, 5 bounding box. So total is 125. And you have a 13 by 13 grids. So for each grid, have a 5 bounding box. For each bounding box, you have 5 parameters plus 20 classes parameters. Okay, so that's this one. So you have higher resolution, more parameters. Okay, the third one is the third one. YOLO V1 use fully connected or conventional. This is fully convolutional here. And convolutional is meaning your input size, input image size can be different. Okay, connected, your input size should be fixed. So they improve this one. So the third one. The 4 is a anchor box. Okay, the anchor box here, they divided by the denominator. Denominator has a based on the anchor size. So they normalize the denominator term by normalization by denominator. Okay, so their anchor box, they have a normalization here. So that's better. Okay, they can detect more. I mean, the variance of bounding box size. That's number 4. Okay, and so and this one the same. This one, okay, anchor box plus dimension cluster. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. No, this one is meaning the anchor box size, the ratio is based on the k-means, the cluster. They are not 1 to 2, 2 to 1, 1 to 1. No, no. They based on their training data. If they bought the bounding box and they do the clustering, and after they pick up 5 classes to be the ratio of bounding box, so they would use dimensional cluster. Okay, they collect all the training data and then they do like a k-means to classify the bounding box size. And based on, they divided by 5 clusters for the ratio of the bounding box and become this initial W and initial H for this one. And number 5 is they do the normalization for the bounding box parameters. Number 6 is they have a shortcut here. Shortcut here to get the find more detailed information from here. So compare with YOLO V2 and YOLO V1. I thank you for my student do this one for me. Okay, so compare with YOLO V2 and YOLO V1, we have a 6 different enhancement factors compared with YOLO V1. Okay, and then continue. So YOLO V3, I try to say is let me check why this one cannot come up. What's going on here? This one be up. I don't like this one. Oop. Anyway, it's gonna move up and keep going. YOLO V3. Okay, the idea is from RetinaNet because they have an upsampling. YOLO V1, V2, they don't have upsampling. YOLO V3, they have an upsampling. Let's check. So first of all, they do downsampling. They use darknet, right? They do downsampling, and they have a shortcut. So they apply residual. Resonate, they do apply resonate. The idea from resonate. So they do the residual. So a shortcut. And they do downsampling up to here. After 4 or 5 stage, so do downsampling. Here, okay, in the low resolution, it's 13 by 13. In the low resolution, they have grid. So they have grid 13 by 13 in the last stage. And based on this one, okay, they do the bounding box. And then they do upsampling. So they upsample by 2. So the same here, they become the other scale. The scale become 2 times than the first one. So here they have the second scale is 26 by 26. And they do upsampling again. So they have 3 upsampling. And this become 52 by 52. So original feature pyramid, region proposal network, they use 3 scale, but they don't do upsampling. They just bounding box different scale and 3 ratio. Here, difference, they have a 3 ratio for each grid. That's good, but they do upsampling, so it's more real. They do upsampling, and then have the other bounding box size. So they have 3 scales. Okay, but the scales is in real. They do upsampling. So but for each scale and for each grid, they have a 3 ratio. Okay, 3 ratio. So total have a 9 anchors. Okay, so the same. So they have 9 anchors, but they have 3 scales. Okay, so and then so that's why they improve this one. They keep improving this one, but they have an upsampling here. But they have a 3 upsampling. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is for the YOLO V3. So we see the other one. This is the same YOLO V3, but I want this one to up. Go up. What happened? Cannot go up. So if we draw this, just different drawing. This one way they draw in front of paper, but actually this is the same as this one. And let's check. Let's check the retina. So retina is like this one. They use feature pyramid network. So see this original resolution, and they do the downsampling and do the upsampling. The upsampling is a feature pyramid network. So it's multi-resolution. And between these 2 networks, they have a shortcut here. Okay. And then actually, YOLO V3, they draw this one. But actually, this is the same as this one. And then we draw here. Okay, let's check. So this is downsampling. Use a resonate, but use a darknet. So downsampling here. And then in the bottom one, okay, they have a shortcut. So this is a feature pyramid network for the upsampling. But they upsample only 3 times. The 2 times, 2 times, 2 times. Okay, so 3 stages. So first one, they come here, right? So this is this one. And they do convolution and output, final output for each, they have a 13 by 13 grids. And here they try to find a bounding box. So this first scale. And they do upsampling here. And after upsampling, they got the information from the original pyramid backbone. So they got information to concatenate. So this is the lateral. They do lateral. After this one, they keep concatenate, combine to get concatenate, and then do convolution. And here they have the other output. In higher resolution is 26 by 26 in stage 2. The same, they do upsampling and concatenate from the lateral left side. Okay, and do after they concatenate together and do convolution, and then output to be 52 by 52, and then do the regression for the bounding box. Okay, so this one is exactly the same as this one, but just drawing difference. Okay, so actually that's why I say YOLO V3. The idea is the same as RetinaNet. Okay, because RetinaNet is this way. They have a feature pyramid network. So YOLO V3 upsampling also has a feature pyramid network. Okay, but difference is that RetinaNet has a good loss function, and then the YOLO V3 is a keep the same as the YOLO V2 about the loss function. So we keep going. So this is the other way to talk about the same YOLO V3. So downsampling, but upsampling only 3 scales. And for each scale, they do this head loss function. So this one is also, so I keep talking about YOLO V3 because YOLO V3 is very similar to Retina. But difference is what I said, the loss function here. The loss function. Okay, so YOLO V3 is continue to use the similar loss function as YOLO V2. Retina, they have a focal loss. Okay, they have a do good job on the loss function. So they have a regression for bounding box. They have an object, foreground, background object. They have a classification. So the first two is for the bounding box. Okay, the last one is for the classification. Okay, we keep going. Okay. So from here, we talk about the YOLO V4. So let's check this table. And sorry, that's figures. So this performance, the accuracy, and this frame per second. Remember, YOLO always talk about because they concentrate. They're faster. Okay, so that's YOLO. So you will see 30 frames per second here. So in our work, actually 30 frames per second is good enough. But YOLO is much faster than 30 frames per second. They even up to 120 here, or even 90, or even 60. 60 is double of 30. So if we do 60, YOLO V4, oh, that's very fast. Okay, but here they don't mention about RetinaNet. They compare with the EfficientNet, with EfficientNet. But EfficientNet, I did that. EfficientNet, actually, I don't like it. Okay, because they have a lot of parameters need to adjust. So we see the paper, they have a good performance. And when my student try to adjust the parameters, we cannot reach this one. So finally, I keep out the efficient. Okay, this for your reference. Okay, so we back to here. So here, so YOLO V4 is here. So that's good. Okay, and there's more detail about YOLO V4. Okay, and this one is only one stage. This one is not YOLO V4. They just talk about this is for one. In YOLO V4 paper has this one, but let's just talk about it's one stage because YOLO is one stage. Okay. So one stage is what is a original input, and this is a downsampling. But here, okay, sometimes they confuse people. Original feature pyramid network or RetinaNet is downsampling this way, upsampling this way, downsampling, upsampling. So it look like what? Look like a UNet. UNet is good one and famous. But in the YOLO, they just try to say different way. Okay, so they do is this is a downsampling, and this is upsampling. So actually the same, both are the same. Okay, so after you downsample, you upsampling, and here's head. You do the classification here. Okay, this is one stage. And we talk about the YOLO V4. It's better, this page 12. It's better we go to page 14. Okay, this is better. This is exactly the YOLO V4. I want to explain to you this one. This is also YOLO V4, but it's not easy to understand if I say this way. So I go to page 14. Okay, so page 14. So what's the YOLO V4? First of all, they have a downsampling, right? 5 stages. And they have upsampling. But they have one more downsampling here. And this turn, okay, this backbone, both are head. Sorry, both are neck, and this head. And this neck, this neck is a include feature pyramid network, and this one is PA. Both we talk about this, we call path aggregation, we call PA net, and this one paper is PA net. They say this way, and YOLO V4 they apply their neck, use the PA net. Okay, so YOLO V4 basically they're downsampling the feature extraction. They use, instead of ResNet, they use SPD net 53, and this one is created by 中央研究院啊，那个廖老师他们那一些哈 they create this one. That's good job. So they apply their paper into here. So this is they create this one. Okay, and this is they have a less parameters. It's faster and performance is good. So they concentrate on here for the YOLO V4. Okay, and for both neck, they use PNet. Just apply PNet to here. But why we want to do PNet? Why do we have one more downsample here? Because original, we only have feature pyramid network here. Upsampling, downsampling, and we do the output head. Now, why they include a PNet here is because, see, we check this one. P5, okay. Because we from here, we do one downsampling, one stage, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 stages. And then we have copy to here. So P5 already far away from original information. Up to here, because it do encoder, it do extraction. Finally, here they already lose a lot of original information here. So they say it's from here to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's far away from here. Why not? If we do one more, well, why not we get the information from here and do downsampling? So they say here, the information here, this one is closer compared with the N compared with P is closer than the original raw data, RAW raw data. As I remember, the PNet actually from C2 here, from C2 to here. So from C2 to here, this information is closer to the raw data here compared with this one. Because P3, P4, P5, they got the information basically from C5 to upsampling. So they say, why not if I use here, original information here, it's close to this one. So I input to the head, they can get more detailed information from the original information. That's PNet. So PNet the idea is I want to keep more original information to here. Okay, so I don't want to lose the information. Okay, but also they can get the more semantic information from here. So they feel if for the head, this information is better than this information because this information has the global information here. Also, they have a detailed information from the original C2. But here, why we connect to from the P3 is because if we connect from the C2, they have more large parameters. So actually, it's better if you can connect from the C2 to here. You have more information from the origin. Okay, but because YOLO here is already complicated, a lot of parameters, so they connect from C3 to P3, and so let's copy to here. Just copy. Okay, without any process. So here, P3 equal to N3. Okay, so we have downsampling, upsampling, and downsampling. And we will also talk about SPP. What's SPP? SPP is meaning from here, original shortcut. For the feature pyramid network, here is a shortcut. But SPP is from the idea is from this reception. What's the idea from reception is because they want this path here will be wider. So SPP is wider. Okay. So SPP actually look like you check SPP. What is SPP? Check SPP. I cannot find. Now try to my SPP for you. Oh, sorry. Here. Jump. This PV. One input and more information and output together. So they were more wider. Right. That's SPP. Okay. So back to here. So here we want to have a wider in order to keep, because it's only low resolution. We want to still, even though it's low resolution, we want to extract more information to here. So they use SPP here. Okay. So if you put SPP between this one, probably no, it's not a good idea. Too many SPP is not a good idea. Okay. So we back to so this one is a YOLO V4. So here the same. So this is YOLO V4. I will try to explain this one in page 12. So let's check. So the original input resolution, and we do the downsampling. One stage, C1, 2 convolution, 3, 4, 5, up to here. So this up to here, 5 stages. They use CSP cross stage partial darknet 53. Okay. So they use this one. So up to here. Okay. And then this one from P5, right? P5 to from C5 to P5, they have SPP here. So SPP is here. So this is P5. Okay. And P5 upsampling P4, upsampling P3. So this one is feature pyramid network. Remember, PANet, I call PANet include feature pyramid network. Okay, and one more downsampling combined together. Both network called PANet. Okay, so this one, PANet include this feature pyramid network for upsampling. We have pyramid network P5, P4, P3. So this upsampling here, upsampling here. And we copy P3 to N3. So here is the network. So this one is downsampling again. So this part is this part N, the N part, and this is P is upsampling, N is downsampling. So I check again. So this is the P5, right? So we do upsampling until P3, and P3 copy to N3, and here we do downsampling. So this is the N5. So N5 is this one, N5. So this is low resolution. Okay, so we have a N3, N4, N5, 3 scales. So these 3 scales is the same as like a YOLO V3. We have a 3 scale. 1, 2, 3. This one, 3 scale. The same idea. Okay, so PNet, sorry, so they improve the PNet to here. So we have three scale. So this is first scale output is 19 by 19 grids. This is 38 by 38 grids. This is 76 by 76 grid. So 3 grids. Okay, so we talk about more in detail for this one. So for each convolution, for downsampling, we have a CBM, we have CSP, we have a CBM. So what's the CBM? What's the CSP? Okay. So CBM, the same. This is not, they have a what? There's a convolution, right? I said 3. Convolution, batch normalization, and redo. But here, they don't use redo. They use mesh. They use mesh. Okay? So why they use mesh instead of redo? Because redo up to here will be 0. Redo, if it's 0, and then after this one is 0. Okay. So redo is a bigger than 0 is a linear. Lower than negative is negative, it will be 0. That's redo. That's not good because we do a lot of convolution. We will use a lot of gradient descent. So it's better because redo will be this way, right? So it's better is a continue for the gradient. So this is more smooth. And they also keep some negative value here. Okay, so for the downsampling, that's what I say. I don't know what paper probably doesn't talk about this one in details. But my experience, what I say is why mesh in this case is better than redo. That's why I say, because it's a rough gradient. So we have more in detail. So what I say is here. Why we want mesh? Okay, so we'll because time the up. So I will continue to talk about the detail here for each one because this one is important. Okay, and we'll talk about the physical meaning to you. So we take a break, and in 10 minutes later we'll continue to talk about finish this one. Okay, thank you. Take a break.